Okay, now let us connect some dots. Now, this slice of history is very important. Now, when you think about 2020 and what happened, one of the things that I hear is I've not been outside. I am not in contact with anyone. How did I end up getting sick? A lot of people were asking questions because they can't seem to understand what is happening, right? If I'm taking all the precautions and I'm not in contact with anyone, why is it that I am sick? How did I end up catching this thing in 2020? Now we're going to go into history, right? And this is just a brief information about a group of people. You know that those people that own everything, that the J word, that you cannot call their names. They were accused of poisoning wells, right? They were accused of poisoning the water supply for people back in the day, right? And by poisoning these wells, it caused them to have some sort of a disease. So we're going to go into the poison well accusation, and we're going to see if we can connect some dots, ask some questions, and be prepared because it's going to happen. We must learn from history. Let's get into this. Between 1348 and 1350, the J words, the people who you cannot talk about, those people throughout Europe were accused of having caused the spread of the Black Death by poisoning the wells from which the entire population drank. Hundreds, if not thousands, were executed from Aragon and southern France into the eastern region of the German speaking lands. But if the well poison accusation against the J word, who we cannot call their names, they own everything, during these plague years are the most frequent cited of such cases. They were not unique. The first major wave of accusation came in France and Aragon in 1321, and it was lepers, not the J words, the people who you cannot call their names, who were the initial targets. Local authorities and especially municipal councils promoted these charges so as to be able to seize the properties of the leprosaria. The allegations eventually expanded to describe an international conspiracy organized by Muslims, and only then, after months of persecution of the lepers, did some of the nobles of central France implicate the J word, the people who you cannot call them because they own everything, convincing the king to expel them from the realm. No, I'm not here to debate whether the story is real or not. I'm here to connect some dots because we need to learn from history. In 2020, what I hear is I'm not in contact with anyone, right? I am home all day. Why is it I end up getting this thing? Your water, right? And we see where the water is poison, a water source, a source to many people, and it end up being poison and help to spread the Black Death, right? And this water was a source for thousands. People connect the dots. Connect the dots and understand the time and season we are living in. And if these people are going to lock us down, they surely need a way to spread whatever is coming. And one of the most effective way in spreading is through the drinking supply, the drinking water. Because people will lock themselves indoors, but they will use the water. Connect the dots and ask questions. Pay attention to your water when you hear that there is something going around, some infectious disease going around. Pay attention to your water. Because if you are not in contact with anyone, If you're not going anywhere, then how is it that you are getting sick? Right? As I said, we're not here to take sides, we're not here to accuse, we're here to learn from history, to connect the dots, to ask questions, right? Go look up this piece of history about Poison Wells and the people whose name we cannot call, who they accused of doing so. We need to pray and say, Glory be to the Most High.